the future assistant professors, welcome back to English with English by Pooja Singh. Today we are going to talk about what to do in these last 10 days. And when your exam is just away from these last 10 days, anxiety is at the top gear. So if you are thinking that what to do, what not to do, this video is exactly for you, because in this video I'm going to tell you what you have to study in these last 10 days, how to revise, what to study and what to avoid. Because if you are starting any new book, any new topic in these last 10 days, that is going to increase your anxiety only, right? So you don't have to increase your anxiety, you have to double down your hard work. And the topics which you are well aware of it, you just have to practice and revise more and more only. So this last 10 day strategy is based on the PYQ trends, UGC NET practical exam oriented topics, and it is very practical and it is very clear. So watch this video till the end and your all doubts will be clear. So without any delay, let's get started. So what is that golden rule for last 10 days, right? So the very first thing, as I have already mentioned in the very starting, that UGC is not about the coverage, that how many portions you are going to cover. It is all about the accuracy you have to maintain, right? Even if you have just done with the British literature, literary criticism and literary theory, make sure that you have done that 100% rather than covering all the 10 units, right? So what you don't have to do, you don't have to start with any new authors. That's a big turn off, I would suggest. Why? Because if you are going with the new authors, new background, new age, you are 100% sure that you are going to mix up things. You don't have to mix up things. Now is the day you have to be very crystal clear. You don't have to open any new PDFs that are underlying for like 2 months, 3 months, 2 years. No, don't watch that PDF. That's a big no. And you don't have to jump between multiple sources, because see, suppose if you watch that British literature from one YouTube video or one book, don't do it the same thing for all the different channels. No, that will only lose your time. Okay, what you can do is, you can do revise PYQs, because solving PYQs will give you the clear idea that what you are going to face in the examination, and that will strengthen your strong areas. You have to practice MCQs daily. That I'm taking the mock test. You can go and give your mock test, that is free on this channel, right? Go and give the mock test. Like if you have solved like 100 into, like you will be solving 1000 question. If you are solving one PYQ daily for 10 days, you are going to solve 1000 question, and it is very clear. If you will solve 1000 question, obviously you will be having clear idea what PYQ means, what your strong areas means, and you will see like 10 to 12 questions direct in the examination. So I have made a day-wise study plan for you all. So the very first thing we have to start with, day 1 to 3 highway code areas. What you have to study: literature. British literature is the major thing in the whole English literature. The very first thing what I would suggest, don't go for Old English and Middle English as of now, because only 10 days are left. So I would suggest go for Renaissance, go for Romantic Age, go for Victorian Age, and go for Modernism and Absurd Drama, because these are very important. And every year from this particular section they ask a lot of chronology questions. You will see a lot of publication date, a lot of match the following. You will see a lot of direct statement type, assertion, region from this particular period. So Renaissance, you will see Romantic, Victorian, Romantic and Victorian, you will see a lot of poetry section questions. Okay, now what are the most repeated authors and works? This is very important. Okay, you cannot miss this. Shakespeare, Chaucer, Wordsworth, T.S. Eliot and Beckett. These are the most repeated authors and workers, and I have made like most repeated videos a lot. You can go and watch that. I have made a list of most repeated authors, poems, opening lines, closing lines. So you can go and check out that. So go for the most repeated series. That will be very helpful in these last days. Now, you have to solve PYQs from 2015 to 2024, and I have already made a video of PYQs from 2012 till 2025, and that's why I'm just telling you to solve like 10 years of question paper, but I have solved like 13 years of, so you can go ahead. What you have to skip, you just have to skip the minor poets, rare biographies or one-time questions. Like see, every year they ask a meaning of word, new word. Like earlier they asked blue humanities, they asked gymnocriticism, they ask what is that. So these are the questions that they will come. So you don't have to give a lot of focus on that, rare biographies or minor poet that you haven't not heard of any name. So you don't have to do that. Now for day 4 and 5, keep that for theory and Indian literature, because they are asking a lot of Indian literature questions. So what you have to study: Literary theory, I've already made a complete playlist for that, you can go and watch that. Yeah, and in that also you have to read selective, because now for 10 days you have to study selectively, and you have to focus on what is the most important thing. Aristotle tragedy, learn all the unities, because that is very important. Marxism, what is class, what is superstructure, what is base, what is bourgeoisie, how people supply and demand works. Feminism, all the waves you have to study. Post colonialism, what does that mean. Structuralism, what does that structure offers, and all the important works. Now moving forward to Indian writing in English. What does Indian writing in English means? You have to focus on the R.K. Narayan works, Raja Rao famous work, because into June 2025 they asked Kantapura publication date, who has written it, how many works and characters, what is the theme plot, Salman Rushdie, Midnight Children, Amitabh Ghosh, trilogy. So these are the things that we know, okay, every time they are being repeated, so we will be studying around that only. Okay, the lit literature. Now what you have to skip in this deep philosophical reading, because now is not the time for reading a lot. Okay, and new critics that has been not asked earlier. Now day 6, what you can do, you can go for the American literature and language, because from language section also, because we are getting a lot of ELT questions, we are getting a lot of linguistic questions, so you can read that also. In American literature, what you can study, American Renaissance, from where did it start, then what modern American drama means, Harlem Renaissance, figures of speech, rhetorical devices. You can have a look, at it. And what you have to skip, detailed timelines and rare regional movement, that is not interesting. Now day 7, what you can do, one full paper, 2 mock, analyze wrong answers, revise weak areas, that I have been telling you do since day 1, that please treat your PYQ as mock test and give your examination. Okay, and after, now we are daily having mock test at 8 p.m. So at mock, what you have to do, suppose I ask 50 questions, in that 30 is right and 20 is wrong, then focus on those 20 questions, where do you got that question wrong. Okay, what to skip, guesswork without analysis. You don't have to do guesswork, you have to do, see, even when we do elimination method, there is a calculated guess. Okay, I know this author, I know this work, okay, this might be, if you know these two things, then you can say, okay, this might belong from this particular Renaissance age or romantic age, like that. Okay, day 8 is very important, revision plus confusion clear. What to revise, that's the important thing. What you have to revise on day 8, you have to do the frequently confused authors, similar movements like realism, naturalism, important literary terms, that these are the similar things and where you are getting confused. So make a separate copy for that, note all the wrong questions in that particular copy, so that it will be helpful. Your mistakes are your best teachers. The more mistakes you are making in the field, the less you will sweat in the field. So this is the thing. Now we've come forward to day 8. This is the final selective selection revision time. Focus only on top 50 repeated concepts. I'll be making top 50 repeated concepts video. Literary theory keywords, British literature summaries, and absolutely you have to skip any new YouTube video, random PDFs. Telegram is overloaded with all the, now you will, in these 10 days you will get a lot of free support, a lot of everything, but now usse pehle you don't get anything, but at this time you will get everything, so you have to skip this. Day 10th, this is your exam strategy. In morning you just have to do, when you wake up, light revision only, because since it is in fast shift only, so at what time you are waking up, just have a revision. No new notes, nothing. Mental rule, what you have to do, if I don't know a question in 30 seconds, I move on. Don't get stuck on any question, because that will only lose your time. Okay, what is paper attempt strategy? Attempt sure questions first, in one go, whichever answer seems you correct, do that. Avoid negative marking traps and stay calm and confident. Okay, so this is the particular thing. I'll just tell you once again. So the very first thing what you have to do, on day 1, high weightage core areas. Day 1 to day 3, you have to do high weightage core areas. Day 4 to 5, theory and Indian literature. Day 6, American literature plus language. Day 7, full length mock test. Day 8 and 9, final selective revision. And day 10, that is the exam strategy, how you're going to do it. Okay, so this was it for today's video. And if you think that if you will study more at these 10 days, it will give you more marks, no, it is not. UGC NET is not about studying more. It is about studying with the accuracy, with the things which you already know, have the deeper context, right? So just don't think much. You are prepared more than you think, right? So just don't give to heed to what others are saying, that oh my god, only 10 days are left, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, you do what you think is right. Solve PYQs, revise your notes, and trust yourself. That's it. So if you found this video helpful, that yes, This can make your 10 days clear and exam oriented. Do not forget to like, share with your friends those are preparing for UGC NET, and also subscribe for more such UGC NET content. Till then, keep learning, keep studying. Bye bye.